All right, guys, welcome back to the Madcore Hunter podcast. Sorry you missed us last week. It is, I guess, in a sense, prime time. Hasn't seemed like it for whitetail here in the Midwest. You can't see Danny right now. He is, I believe, driving back from Illinois, and he's been in Illinois, so interested to see. I haven't talked to him much. We've both been hunting and been busy trying to save our conversations for this. So, Danny, what's been going on, man?
Wore out, dude. Wore out. I say I put in all that I could do to try to kill a buck here in Illinois. I just got out of the woods.
Yeah.
Literally just stepped into the truck and called you, and now I'm hitting the road for a 16-hour drive.
It's been tough. I mean, I was thinking of what to title this podcast because I don't want to get on here and just complain, but I do want people to know that
is deer hunting sucks. That's what it needs to be.
Man, I tell you what, I told the wife, I said, I got some vacation. I'm about to take the bird dog and go bird hunting. I'm over it. It's like I was doing so good too. And probably these past couple weeks, man, I don't know if I just, and I've got shooters is the thing. Like I have good deer. I just can't connect.
It's been bad, dude. This is probably the roughest deer hunt I think I've ever had. Like the timing was off for sure. Like I've already decided I will never like take my week of vacation the week that I did. It was not good.
So you wanted it to be earlier?
Yeah, and I don't know, man. One of the farms, like, we have some randoms, bucks that'll venture in there during the rut, but we haven't seen it this year. It's like it just keeps getting worse. We got an outfitter behind us. He killed one of the big bucks early on. We think, looking at some of their pictures and stuff, we've got a buck that sure looks like one of the ones we had trail cam pictures of. But just, I always want to hunt that particular farm, and just never had a shooter on it the whole time that I've been here. So, but the cameras blew up in early October, so maybe we need to try to, and I don't think the outfitters start hunting until late October, so maybe we need to try an early trip or something, or a late trip when they're back on feed,
Yeah. Well, just the opposite for us. The later it's gone, the better. I think we're recording this on the 24th. Kind of took off today and hunted, and it was a good day.
Yeah.
Had one show up at 5 this morning. I haven't been able to get a good picture of him. I need to send it to you. He's a nice wide 10. He's got height, and he has double split brow tines. So it makes him a 12.
Really?
And I thought he had this. It's a big woods area, and it's probably the biggest deer we have. I mean, he's probably, based on other pictures, I mean, I'd say he's for sure in the 170s. His body looks older, probably that 5.5 mark. At least.
Is that the first picture you've had of this deer, or do you know?
I've had a couple others, but I couldn't piece together. I want to say opening morning of gun that morning, I had a picture of him from the side. And I told Dad, I said, I think this is a wide 10 with a double split brow tine. I can't hardly tell. I was like, you need to go there. And he did, and he never did see the deer. And I hunted the deer today, and it just, I don't know. I've told a couple guys, man, I'm playing checkers and they're playing chess.
Yeah. You think you get stuff figured out, man, and then they teach you something else, because this is, right now things are a little better than they were, but so I hit Illinois. Let's see, I think I got off of work on the 12th, which was a Wednesday, and I left work, drove all night, slept like 2 hours, got into Illinois around 11 o'clock in the morning, and literally showered and put clothes on, went and set the rest of the day. And that, believe it or not, was my best hunt, because I ended up having a deer come by me, and I'd let him. I thought he was going to come down to where I was at. I was on like the edge of a food plot in a thicket where I've seen a lot of bucks. And anyway, he comes through the thicket and didn't come down. He was bypassing the place, and just the way the wind was blowing, I think he was checking the big hill that was behind him. And when he got past me, I grunted, man, he came right to my tree. And I think I sent you that picture. That's one of the best deer I've passed in a while.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad that I passed him, but I kept telling Michael, I was like, well, it's pretty cool that I passed that buck so the outfitters can shoot it next year, you know.
Yeah.
He was
No,
he
that's
was he was a 9 pointer, 5x4, and man, I had him at 3 yards. I got some nice footage of him on the video camera and everything. But man, first night and stuff. Had we been on the other farm, the one where the guy just really wants us to shoot every deer that gets in front of us, I might have thought about it, you know. But being
mm-hmm.
that it was one of Michael's properties, I wanted to try to let it go.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to Illinois. I've decided, looking at the weather and everything, I'm going to leave right after Thanksgiving dinner and hunt Friday, Saturday, and possibly Sunday. Just, full 2 days, maybe longer. With me, I can go back on weekends. It's like I'm going to gauge how good it is. Looking at kind of deer casts and such, Friday, Saturday is supposed to be pretty good. And I like to get back and be with the family on Sundays and get ready for the week. But I'm excited about that. But man, I told myself I wasn't going to let this season, like wear me down, but it's hard not to. Like when November hits, you hit it so hard. And gosh, it's just, I added it up and I kind of do like a daily hunting log or, whenever I go on hunts and I take down the moon, the wind, the pressure. It took me 25 sits. Now that's not like all day sit, if I'm going morning or evening, those are separate. 25 sits before I saw a shooter from the stand. And this stand was more of a rifle stand. It was actually this past weekend. Not a huge buck, but a shooter. He, just like you said, like, man, as soon as I saw him, like, I saw him at 200 yards out with the naked eye. I'm like, that is a big deer. Like, huge body, probably 5.5, real wide 8, carried his mass, still tall, 145, maybe pushing 150-inch 8-pointer. He might have been a 9. And he was crossing the field. I ranged him at 120 yards. And as soon as he hit like the thicket, I did like a little grunt sequence. And as soon as I put my grunt call down, here he came back out. So he's 45 and kind of across the field towards me. And dude, they don't like being out in that open field that long. He starts almost getting to a trot. And if they're not seeing anything, they get a little nervous. So I pre-ranged a tree at 50 yards. And I was watching him as he comes in. I've got him, 80, 75. And I'm like, oh, thank you, Lord. Like he's coming, you know what I mean? Cause he was coming fast and like, hey, he's under 80. So like, hey, it's probably about to go down. And he goes over to the side of the thicket and he's behind what I pre-ranged. Well, my pins are set 30, 40, 50. So I draw back cause he's about to go in this thicket. And I'm like, just like my elk, 50 high, he's probably like 55 yards, 56, And dude, as soon as I released that joker, like I did stop him, but he had no idea I was there. And dude, as soon as I released, he took off. I mean, I think like, I don't know if you heard my bow go off or what. And he blew like as he ran off. And I thought I hit him right in the freaking balls. Like
Really?
my arrow went low because I misjudged the yardage. He was actually at 60 and I shot him for about 55. And like when he took off, he like took off in the opposite direction too. So like even if I'd have been right on my yardage, it would have been a gut shot. So I kind of I texted down like, man, I think I just hit one, but it's back. It's no good. So long story short, I get down and it was such a relief to see no blood on my arrow. And I hate telling the story because it's embarrassing. Like I got impatient. You wait for a long time. I should have let him get in a thicket and try to grunt and get him closer. And not to say, I mean, I can make that shot, but that's a pretty good poke, you know, and you know this, and you're capable of taking that shot, but it's rifle season. You know, I'm out there with a freaking bow, and I didn't even plan on hunting this spot, but I should have tried to get him closer. And I was more mad about like the miss. It is what it is, like just the wrong yardage, you know. And I'm glad I did because, but I'm more mad about I got impatient. And I didn't have buck fever either because I even engaged myself. I was fired up, but it wasn't like I was, you know, sitting there shaking and like I hit my anchor point, felt really good. I mean, the shot was good. It just was the wrong yardage and he took off and he didn't see me draw back. Like just, and a lot of times guys say, you know, the closer they are, the more they will jump the string. And it was kind of you know, not real windy, but I don't know. I guess I wouldn't say embarrassed, but just, you know, it's why we do this podcast. Lessons learned, man. I should have been more patient. And
I
it's
mean,
not like it's 200-inch
that's
deer,
also
but
that's also how we have been successful though too, is that we're not afraid to take the shot when it's there, you know?
no, like my elk this year, a lot of people, you know, not bragging, a lot of people wouldn't have, probably wouldn't have taken that opportunity. Like I was on my knees across the tree, and I'm not out here just flinging
Yeah,
arrows. I mean, it's the
I mean,
first.
I
I
truly
just,
believe that's also, I mean, it's why I've killed a lot of animals is because I will take the shot, you know,
yeah,
but you got to be okay with
and
missing.
you know, I also,
Yeah, it happens. Because you know, I'll
I
get
was
into it here in a little
so
bit.
glad it
I've
was a
got kind
miss.
of the same similar story, but you know,
I'm
like I
glad
said, I
because
started
I
there
was
on the
doing fine, but
13th and had that buck come in the first night, passed it. He was right under my tree, all that. And I think, man, we probably did a couple. I slept in, I think, Friday morning and like, because I'd got 2 hours of sleep, you know, the night before and went ahead and went hunting and got in late and all that stuff.
you're cutting
Anyway,
out just a little
slept
bit.
till like 7 or 8 and then went ahead and went in and set for the rest of the day. And man, we set from like 9 or 10 in the morning that day till dark. And I think I saw two spikes, and Michael saw a doe, I believe, that night. So that was pretty rough. And the next day we did, I think, an all day set. And I don't, oh, I guess that the second day I hunted was the day that we saw a buck with a doe when we were walking in, had them in 100 yards. It wasn't anything I would have shot. And I didn't see any other actual deer from a stand that night. He saw a doe, I think. Next day, we went in for an all day set. I saw the two spikes, but that, or no, that wasn't that day. Saw two spikes. It was something I had it figured out, Eli, that I had hunted 6 straight days and I'd had 5 deer within bow range, or seen 5 deer from stand. So I mean, it was tough hunting. But they just, the reason I was saying about timing is that they went right into lockdown. You know,
Yeah, I'll tell you
you still
this.
there?
I've sat a lot. Yeah, I'll tell you this. I've sat a lot. You know where I'm hunting. It's a good area. Other people do too. I don't know if I've heard a mature buck grunt from the stand yet this
Can't
year.
hear you if you're
I'm
talking.
serious. I don't even know if I've seen chasing action.
What was?
Anyways, you were saying so you hunted 6 straight days and only saw 5 deer from the stand?
Yeah, yeah. And Michael had only seen. I think he only saw 2 or 3 in the same time frame because it was like right as I got to here. I mean, lockdown started and there wasn't a deer moving. I mean, we went almost a full week without getting deer on any cameras, hardly at all. We had one broke up buck that was around on a camera most of the time. So broke up, we couldn't even tell what that buck was. I think he was a 10 pointer and he had like 2 points on one side and a nub on the other. He was broke up bad. There's a lot of broken deer over here this year. And we ended up changing where we were hunting and stuff. But I started hunting on the 13th, and I think on the I think it was the 18th. I went to a new farm, the farm that they want us to shoot a bunch of deer, and I shot a doe. I saw two deer, and I shot one of them. And shot a doe that morning, and that afternoon things broke loose. It was like they came out of lockdown. But gun season came in. Whatever day that was, it was a Wednesday. I only like Thursday things were going on, and because that Wednesday night we got into a spot, I saw a buck, grounded, got hit, and he ran into us. But he was just a little guy, but I had him at 10 yards. And then the next day we were in a lot of deer. They were chasing, got to see the rutting action for one day. But that was, I mean, that was basically it for me because gun season started the following day. So I ended up staying here through gun season and hunted today because gun season went out yesterday, but I couldn't hunt with even with archery equipment without having a gun tag. So
Yeah.
it was shut down for me. But that the night before gun season started was my best hunt. I passed, had a really nice 8 point come through, and maybe that was the 2 nights before gun season. Had a real nice 8 come through, passed him up, passed up another small 8. That the bigger one I passed was probably 3. He was a nice deer. I was kind of surprised I didn't shoot him because it was on the ag farm. But the night, I think it was the first night that I passed him, there was a second buck behind him, and I got binos on him. It's right at last light. He's coming down, following this buck, and he gets up there, and I got binos on him and decided I was going to shoot him. And, I mean, he didn't look too much bigger, but he looked like he had another ear on that deer, body wise. And I really
Mm.
didn't get a good look. I thought he was a 10 point. He came out, and dude, I was using the carbon fiber tethered platform, and I was fighting it all night. It wouldn't bite the dang tree.
Mhm.
And when I went to draw, and my camera, I knew it. This camera, yeah, I hate that I even mess with it sometimes because it costs me more animals than it should. But I had it on the one side of the tree, the side that I had to swing around and shoot, and the tree's real bag and fork and angled. And as I drew back, the platform kicked, and I swung out from the tree, like with my tethered. And I'm at full draw. I hit the camera just perfectly that it looked like somebody was filming me shoot at this deer. But I kid you not, as I shot at this deer hanging completely from the tethered, my left foot not on anything, and I had my right foot out completely horizontal, hooking the tree so I didn't go any farther. And I still shot. Like I didn't get a ranging, but I felt good when it came on there. And I thought he was 40 and he wasn't quite that far. And I got released. It looked like I had smoked him on video. Right at the last second, he ducked a little bit, or else I'd have probably hit him. I'd have hit him high, but I'd probably got him. But I had 2 or 3 hairs on my arrow. Never had a drop of blood or anything on it. But that kind of sucked. Just, but it was like I was saying, can't get him if you don't shoot.
No, I mean, yeah. I we're both, I feel like, pretty good shots, and similar situation with me, I mean, I don't know, I'm kinda it's rifle season. I'm out there with a bow, which, telling the story of my one last year, I was so glad I took a bow. So, I don't know, I got a lot of time and effort. I enjoy shooting with my bow. Some people think I'm crazy, but it'd have been a chip shot with a rifle. I mean, who knows, you mess with a rifle too, but, it's not like it was a 200-inch deer. This was just a good, mature deer, and, it got me going. I mean, he was well past his ears. He was very wide, frame wise, picture, you could have made him look real big in a picture. Do you know what I mean? So,
Yeah, I had that the next morning after I had shot at that one buck because I was afraid I'd hit him. I was a little frustrated. I wasn't mad that I missed, but I thought I, had nicked him or whatever. And I got over there, and thankfully it wasn't no blood or anything because I knew it was close. Because it almost looked like the fletchings might have hit his back as the arrow passed. But there wasn't no blood at all, broadhead or anything. Watching the video, I could see that it just did miss him. But had he been standing,
Yeah.
had he not ducked out of the way, would have probably killed him.
Yeah. Well,
Could you could you hear that?
yeah, you cut out a little bit, man. We won't make this real long. I'll salvage what I can. I just wanted to get some stuff out there for everybody. I told, well, I didn't tell everybody, I said, we might do like a rut cast, but I just didn't have anything to give people. And everybody I'm talking to is not having much success either. So I've been trying to hunt a lot. I haven't had a lot of time to do this. I have other obligations once I'm not hunting. You know how that goes. So all I can say is hang in there. I mean, December brings a lot of good hunts, is what I was saying. I've yet to go to Illinois. I'm going this weekend, and I still have some vacation I'm wanting to take. I've had days to take, and I've just not had a reason to take it. Like, it's just the cameras and what people are seeing. It's just not, it's been a weird year for us.
Yeah, I mean, if all else fails, wait till they get back on the food sources here. It's coming up pretty quick. But this week should be pretty good, I would imagine, because they're from what we've seen, they're getting on their next group of does, the last remaining. So like the 18th, 19th in Illinois, we had some desperately seeking stuff going on for sure. We saw a lot of bucks cruising, but just if gun season hadn't happened right there, I think we'd have been into them where we were hunting. I did on one of my all day sets, I heard something coming, thought I had a deer behind me, and I made a quick look and had a coyote. And I made one heck of a shot on a coyote, a 38-yard shot, and watched him go down. So that was pretty cool. That was my second coyote with a bow this year.
That's good, man. I ain't seen one from the stand. I killed a doe whenever we're dropping this a couple days ago, whatever. Get some meat, needed to, to get something under my belt. I
Yeah,
don't know.
it's. I mean, I mean, honestly, like it has sucked, but I think I don't know. Did I send you the clip of In the Rain? And I mean, I still have some of that where it's like I got to prove it to myself a little bit. And I mean, that's the kind of stuff where the name came from. Madcore was just, knew rain was coming, still went out, and I sat through a miserable rainstorm in the dark, basically waiting on daylight. And of course, I didn't see anything, so that was more awesome. But I mean, just got to stay after it and hunt hard. I've been here since the 13th. Today's the 24th, and I think I've missed one morning in that time
Yeah.
frame. And I had like an allergic reaction here the last 4 days. Felt like I'm sick, but I think I got into poison ivy or poison oak or something.
The vine that'll get you. I had that happen one year. Even though the leaves are off, if you dig into that vine, you'll get it.
Yeah, it affected me pretty bad
So
because my face all swelled up from it. So, but it's been a grind.
that's
I
why I
mean,
didn't want to
tonight,
turn the camera on.
well, I'm driving now, but yeah, I mean, I literally got up at 3:30 this morning, hunted all day, never came out, and set up in a stand till about 10 or 11, and moved a few hundred yards and put it back up. Set the rest of the day. It took me about a mile to get out of that spot. Got back to the truck about 40 minutes after dark, and now I'm on the road for a 15-hour drive. So still getting after it, but it was still a lot of fun. I had a great time with Michael and hunting there and everything. But who knows? Maybe I can figure something out to get back in December, fly in for a few days if we get some deer on food. Maybe.
No, yeah. Well, it's called hunting, man. I don't know. I appreciate you hopping on here. We'll get with everybody
Still there?
next week. Hopefully some better hunts to come. Hang in there. Don't let it drag you down. We'll get a guest on here who has been successful like we have in the past. But appreciate everybody tuning in. We'll see y'all next week.